Hey everyone, Adri here with Granite Day Gaming, bringing you something of a little public service announcement related to the upcoming release of Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're just 2 days away now, and there's already something of a controversy brewing over the distribution of review codes to games reviewers. Normally, review codes would be sent out to pretty much all major outlets and critics depending on the size of their audience, and yet we're now getting reports from several large YouTube video game reviewers that the release of the review codes appears to be limited, shall we say. In particular, the popular YouTube video gaming channel Fextralife, which specializes in RPGs and sports over 1 million subscribers, has reported in a recently released video that they were denied review code after having been given reassurances by EA and Bioware years beforehand that the channel would receive one. In fact, Fextralife claims that everything seemed to be fine between them and the developer all the way up until the channel published a video in September that detailed their experience playing the game at an exclusive Dragon Age event. The critique in the video is notably very balanced, mostly focusing on what they like about the game, but also touching upon certain areas of concern they identified during their playthrough. Overall, their criticisms in the video were considerably light. It was only after the video's release that Fextralife's contacts at EA and Bioware completely stopped responding to the channel's communications with them. Fast forward a bit, and Fextralife later found that they would not be receiving review code even after the years of reassurances that they would. In their video, they speculate that their exclusion from the distribution of review code appears to have been done as a response to their, again, very light criticism of the game in their previous video. Other content creators, such as Wolfheart FPS, who wrote a tweet about their experience being denied review code, and Luke Stevens Live, who published a video similar to Fextralife, both likewise suspect that they too may have been excluded in a similar manner after having published videos in which they lightly criticized the game after having played it at the same exclusive event as Fextralife. The natural conclusion, as Fextralife states in their video, is that the developer and or publisher of the Veilguard are systemically curating reviewers based upon their likelihood of giving the game a higher early review score in order to artificially inflate support and sales of the game upon its release. This is a manipulative tactic that could compel later reviews of the game to skew more toward the positive end of the spectrum so as to avoid feeling like an outlier, creating something of a snowball effect of false positivity. So, what does this mean for gamers? Well, it means you should wait to decide whether or not you're going to buy the game until post-release reviews are available. Any early or release date reviews should be viewed through a lens of suspicion. After all, the only reviewers who could possibly have a proper review prepared on the day of or prior to the game's release are those who received review code. These are the individuals who are suspected to have been screened and deemed suitable to EA's bottom line. That's not to say that every early review will be inherently biased and positive toward the game, nor does it mean that every positive review will be false or meritless. Likely, EA knew that they couldn't get away with having only positive early reviews. Like a dictator winning 99% of the election vote, it would seem too suspicious. Allowing some more critical reviewers access to review code would help make the game's aggregate scores seem more legitimate, while still skewing toward a more acceptable positive result, and there's also the possibility that some more objective reviewers simply flew under the radar of the curation process. There will no doubt be plenty of legitimate, helpful early reviews of the Veilguard that will nonetheless struggle to shake off the perception of collusion, whether intentional or not, with EA. And this is entirely the fault of EA and Bioware. Well, that's all for this quick little PSA. Please consider carefully your decision to buy the game when it releases on October 31st. I'm planning to do an early impressions and full review of the game in the week or so after its release, and I'll also be putting a link to Fextralife's video about today's topic in the description. I highly recommend that you give it a watch. As just a little update to the channel, I recently had to rebuild my PC after my Intel CPU did Intel things and am now running on an AMD platform. However, the little setback put me out of commission for about a solid month. But I should have everything ready for the release of Veilguard, and then I plan to release more frequent content in the future. Thanks for watching. This has been Adri with Grounded Take Gaming. As a friendly reminder, don't pre-order video games, and I hope you join me again next time. Take care.